Yo, so, oh my God. The co-main event at UFC 315 was tremendous. Whew. Man, Valentina Shevchenko and Manon Fiorot put on a just a chess match of a fight, right? Like, just going into this, Fiorot had been, man, she'd just been talking crazy. Is, you know, basically saying she's gonna run through, right? She figured she was the younger, more hungry fighter. You know what I mean? And Valentina has been around too long, right? You know what I mean? Like, so showed she was, past her prime, right? And I think the real big thing coming in was that record, right? She was 7-0. Marion Fiorot, that is, right? 7-0. She'd beaten past champion Rose Namajunas, even though it was up a weight, right? She'd, just walked through Victoria Leonardo, right? Tabitha Ricci, Mara Buena Silva, Jennifer Meyer, Caitlin Chagagian. She'd beaten all of those people, beat Erin Blanchfield, the person who so many thought was the next challenger. So, yeah, Marion just figured. Now, it's funny, you look and think she's the younger challenger, right? She's 35. Valentina's only 2 years older. Only 2 years older. But she has got so much experience. You know what I mean? She's had so many fights. Right? So I think that was a big that you had to recall. Right? I believe this would be Valentina's 12th straight championship fight. She's 13-3-1 in the UFC. You know what I mean? Like, that's a crazy record. That's crazy experience. She's fought the best. She's fought the best. 2 very close fights with Amanda Nunes. Right? Beat Juliana Pena, the current champion. Beat Holly Holm, former champion. She has beat them all. Beat Joanna Jacek. Like, I think she'd also beat Joanna in, kickboxing a couple of times. You know what I mean? I beat Liz Carmouche, the current PFL champion. She has gone through all of them, right? Valentina is legit. But, she is 37. She has had so many fights, right? 25-4-1, her overall record. Well, 4-1, I should say, which is crazy, right? Compared to Man's 12-0, right? So there's a lot, right? And when they got in the octagon, the size difference. Like, there was a few fights when you look at the size, like, Jose Albo against Ayman Zahabi. Could see that clear size difference. Rena Dorita against Bo Nickel. There you can see that size. And in this one, Farouk was huge compared to Valentina. But straight out the gate, Farouk, no mind to what Valentina's got. No mind. Just went straight forward. And Valentina cracked her. Woo! Cracked her with a shot. You know, which was perfect. Like, if you were Valentina. Because it gave Marion pause. I gave her pause to be like, oh, right. Right? She got taken down in the first round and then just controlled. And I think those two things really changed the face of this fight. Right now, obviously, in the second round, Farouk came back, won the second round. But when we say she won the second round, she got her own takedown. But she didn't do a lot. Right? And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of damage. She wasn't like bashing the fuck out of Valentina. Didn't get her down and drop a load of ground and pound challenge with submissions or anything like that. But she, you know, I think it is fair to say she won the second. So you have that. But Valentina was just, oh man, like we've seen her, you know, put together her game plans in previous fights. And in this one, it was the counterattacks. The spinning attack. Now, we know the spinning attacks were the thing that lost her the first fight against Grasso. She span, Grasso took the back. In this fight, she just timed them so well. There was a point, I think it was in the third round, and Farouk went for a head kick. And while the leg was in the air, Valentina spun and kicked Farouk basically in the neck, right? In the throat. It was just so impressive. Right? Spinning back fists, spinning elbows. They were so well timed to not just disrupt the flow of Farouk, but also to land at an optimum time. It was so impressive to see. And I was watching the rest of this fight, and I think I would have given it 49-40. Wait, trying to work out what that is. 49-46, right? Yes, I think that 49-46. As I said, I give one round to Farouk. I'd give the other 4 to Shevchenko. Now, it ended in 48-47 across the board. You know, I think it was the second and third they gave to Farouk, and then the rest to Valentina. But yeah, I would have given Valentina 4 rounds to 1 rather than 3-2. But it was, yeah, it was great because, you know, when you look at what she's dealing with, she is dealing with a younger fighter in terms of fight years, right? Now, because, yeah, she's only 2 years but a younger fight in fight years, right? We're dealing with someone who is bigger, longer, and Valentina was able to negate all of those things. Now, she didn't get a whole heap of takedowns. You know, the first takedown was the most decisive. After that, she did take Fiorot down 2 more times, 3 more times. Fiorot did get up, but it was just the nature in which she took her down, right? The timing of it. Because Fiorot, you know, she took Valentina down in the second, and then in other moments of the fight, she was in. She was in on the takedown, but not able to take Valentina down. So the fact that Valentina was able to take her down, even though it didn't necessarily hold her, super impressive. And it just disrupted everything that Fiorot wanted to do. But when you are negating that size, that length, that ability, that hunger, man, when you want to know what a champion looks like, people, you look at Valentina Shevchenko, because she is the epitome of that. Everything she did was championship quality. And man, I picked her to win. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been surprised if Fiorot had won. But I just figured that Valentina had what it took. Had the ability to turn in a display, you know, of the quality that she did Saturday night. So, yeah, it was well-deserved. Well-deserved. And you think, I did think to myself, right? If she retired, if she won this fight and put her gloves in the center of the octagon, that would just be perfect. Like, what else do you need from her? She has done everything. Everything. But, you know, the hunger is still there. So, yeah, who next? Natalia Silva, maybe? Right? Would she fight her? Would she fight Jasmine Jaskavicius? You know? I think they are both, either of those are probably the next champion, the next contender, I should say. Or do they try and do, you know, Zhang Weili? Right? Do they let her, you know, move up and challenge for the belt? Right? I think that would be compelling. But, hey, whoever it is, I'm just looking forward to seeing how Valentina strategizes to face that new challenge. Because it's just impressive watching her do that. And, yeah, it wasn't a stoppage. It was good. And it was a perfect way to lead us into the main event of the evening.